Beginners business bloopers. Beginners business bloopers. Oh, you hadn't heard from me in a while. I know that's right. But today we're going to talk about CPNs. Not EINs, not SSN, not ITNs, but CPNs. CPN is a credit privacy number. It's a fraudulent alternative to a Social Security number. Sometimes people use them to hide their credit history, but they're illegal. Avoid shady people. Avoid shady business that advertise credit repairs, that advertise or promote them as a solution for bad credit. If you're in business and you just mess up you had a bad month, 2, 3, your credit will build eventually once you show that you have the ability to pay back or to make a better financial promise to those vendors or whoever may be. So don't never give up on your business when you have a rough month or a rough time. I know that we coming from dealing with a 3-year. See, some people think it's like 3 months, but no, that's 3 years of COVID. And technically, you want to add a bowl in there, because that was the previous year. That was kind of skeptical and kind of a scare. But when COVID came, it impacted many businesses, many lives of all type of lifestyles. So, of course, people could not pay their bills. Regardless if they got help, some of them still couldn't pay their bills because it was never enough money to provide individuals to manage their business while the business was shut down, unless they had some great insurance. They had the ability to keep it paid up for those type of rough times. That's the only time a business survives, is when they have the ability to hold on to some insurance, business insurance, to help through rough times, or they have some money stashed aside for a year worth or 2 year. Nobody was expecting 2 or 3 years of being impacted by COVID, whether they were sick or whether they could not get enough clientele to come in because the economy was completely shut down. Everyone was shut down. Some was shut down at the last minute, and even the ones that would stayed open at the last minute, they still was not getting the bulk of clients that's coming in. So you have these people that has been around for decades scamming individuals or making things come true for that moment. But they always say the CPN is the same thing as a Social Security number or EIN or ETIN, which is a false. It is a lie. It's untruth. It's never been. So put your mindset on this. It looks good while they're getting, but later on in the long run, while they run the bills up, and when they make that one collective decisions to use those funds on a federal loan, which most time people don't realize that most of the things that you're operating, even if you go to a bank, if you go to a little small lender, they're still under a federal funded banking system. Whether they want to tell you or not. But as soon as they start trying to purchase credit and stuff like that, that's when things can go left. So when people are sucking you in because their life is looking and flowing good, and you'll be the example, the one to get caught, and they'll still be running those scams because they know how to navigate through fraud. But if you just one of those that has those foolish listening ears, and you say, oh, they tell you, oh, it's just $300, it's just $500, they'll wipe your credit. You can buy a house, you can buy clothes, you can buy shoes, you can do a lot of stuff, you can build your business. And then that moment when you thought everything was going well, everything goes south. Have you ever thought those 9 digits that they're assigning to you is someone else's? You're posing and saying it's a Social Security number, that it could be someone's Social Security number that you're using. That's how you can create fraud, because the number that they're giving you is 9 digits. That could be similar to someone else's Social Security number, which becomes frauds because you have caused havoc in someone else's life. I don't believe a lot of people understand there's a difference in a CPN and a Social Security number. Social Security number is assigned to you after birth. It helps you get your personal credit or wherever the needs. And dealing with Social Security numbers, when they tell you that it is used on whatever document, whether if a dealership asks you, whether a credit card company asks for your Social Security number, no matter if a school, those are legal documents. That's a paper trail of identifying you back to that Social Security number. It's illegal for a CPN to exist. It is illegal to use them on any credit application. I'm going to say this again. It's legal for a CPN to exist. It can exist, but not for the purpose that they're using it for. It is illegal to use them on any credit application or official document. And like I stated, official document could be school records, it can be passports, it can be medical records, it can be credit cards, it can be getting a loan, it can be buying a house, it could be for buying a car, anything. Any legal document that can be tried in a court is illegal. If you're using a CPN to apply for credit, you're committing a crime. There's no array around that. I don't care what that person told you. It is a crime. CPN is a 9-digit that formatted like a Social Security number. The use of a CPN to create a false identity is illegal and may be considered identity theft. CPN might also be referred to as a credit profile number or credit protection number. So that let you know that everyone is assigned to a credit profile, but it is not meant to be used to purchase something. It didn't say that. It said it's your credit profile. It doesn't have anything with you applying for credit, no matter what they tell you. So don't get caught up with all those scams. I remember a time, I don't know who it was. I think it was a friend of mine a long time ago. She said some lady was telling her about you can use a CPN. And luckily I worked at the government at that time. And I told her, I said, there is no such thing as a CPN number. We've already did training on that. I said, that can land you in jail. And I said, whoever's doing it is committing a crime. I said, it can't, I said contemporary, but it's not your identity. I said, that number could be somebody else's number. It could be a sign. I said, I don't care how good it looks, all you getting or what all that person getting, they're hiding their identity, but eventually they'll get caught up and they'll make a mistake. And whatever happened to that, I don't think she ever used it. But the point is, someone had approached her about the CPN and how they was able to get a house. And I believe in the 80s and 90s, a lot of us that was born in 60s, 70s was desiring to get a house. And most of us was blessed to be able to inherit a home. It's better to inherit something than have to go and pay a note monthly. I don't care what nobody says. Inheritance always favor over purchasing something. It's good to say something that's your own, but it's even more of a glow when you have actually had something that's handed down in family. But back to the CPN. I cannot stress this as much. And what gets me is people will pretend like they don't know when they get caught by the feds or they finally get caught. How you did not know? And I know you knew. You knew when they made your profile. They have them all on the internet. You can type them and it'll tell you that they can help you do your credit report, and then you pay X. If you got to pay $300-$500, I don't know how much, you might as well put that on the bill and pay a bill. You have better chances your credit score going faster paying your debt than dealing with someone that you may land in the jail. There was in another state, I don't know if it was in Texas or what state, it was a young lady. What gets me is that she appeared to be innocent. She's innocent by default as an individual, but technically she's not. She was aware. But the first thing people do when they get caught with their hands, they'll say, I didn't know. She wouldn't try to buy cars. She bought different kind of stuff. House. How you not know? Okay, the people that sold you their dream is a lie. But see, some of them be part of the scheme, and it's easy to say to give somebody else up so you can serve less time. That's just reality. but they know what they're doing. They're very well aware. A lot of times people will do it and say, well, they ain't catching me now. I'm doing good. But those other people know how to do criminal activity so they won't get caught. And then next thing you know, you're caught up. You're talking to the police. And next thing you know, you're sitting up there. You can't find the person that gave you the hookup. That's what the young folks call it, a hookup. Some of them do. And then you go on national TV, and then you want to play innocent. You finna serve some time for somebody else's, for a choice that you made, and there's someone else that has a large chain scheme nationally behind these CPNs. The bottom line, it's illegal for a CPN, even if you're trying to use it for your personal or business. I don't think I can do is tell you that if you're that in debt, take the time out and understand that stuff is temporary. And once you start making some type of arrangements, or you start reestablishing your credit, showing your ability, it will change. No matter what's on there, it will eventually fall off. And as long as you start showing the ability to pay, it will pay off and your credit will get better. Even during COVID, there's a lot of people who went bankrupt. It's a lot of people that actually lost their businesses. It's people that still paying debt from being out COVID. Those PPP loans, if they did it right, didn't never touch the surface of the debt that most small business and mid-sized business had occurred. At the end of the day, landlords and everyone want their money regardless of what the government does. So it's about better managing. You learn from one way, one mistake, learn and say, hey, I don't want to be put in this situation again. But what I will not do, I will not result in falsifying my identity, falsifying my business. And I want to touch this. See, sometimes people think CPNs is a social security number. Sometimes they think it's an EIN, I-10. Those are totally different. I-10 has nothing to do with a CPN. It is just a credit profile number. That's what a CPN. Your EIN, whether you're establishing your estate, whether you're doing sole prop, LLC, corporation, what it specifies on those IRS website is what it's meant for, and nothing else and nothing more. When it comes to I-10, when it comes to EIN, what IRS stated is, that's what it's for. And ITNs are not for social security numbers. It's to help the purpose of so you can file your return. It's not to use to get credit. I've seen so many cases long time ago dealing with the ETIN, and I heard of the CPN issue. So it's nothing new. It's just that it's just probably a wide range of scamming and fraud system that has touched all throughout the United States. And sometimes people do follow other people, not knowing, not educating themselves about the CPN. The CPN is not to be used for your business. It's not to be used for your personal, individual, as a substitute social security number. It is not to be used for a EIN, for your employee identification number for a business. That is not that. The CPN is no way, no how, no use to you for any business service, no matter what they tell you. But I wanted to cover this because it's very rare anyone talk about it. And when you're in business, you'll get all kinds of people coming and approaching you for so many type of fraudulent things. And CPN, I had forgot about that. That's one of the things that people will approach you when you're not knowledgeable and you go in business. And sometimes it's a hard struggle, but build up your vending list. Do your 30 nets. I guarantee you all that will better your business credit. And when you're out there and someone's telling you that you have to use your social security number for a business, that's not a business operated business. That's for business credit. So what you have to do is search for companies that do business vending, that does the that treat your EIN as a business. Anytime they're asking you for both, you're not using business credit, you're using your personal credit. So a lot of times people get it confused, and so when they say, well, my credit is bad, I don't want to use my credit, then they result to CPN, or they try to result to their social security number. Stick to your EIN. Build your 30 nets, 60 net, 90 nets, or whatever it is. That will pay off, and it's a faster and it's a different building your credit versus your personal credit. So don't get caught up in what other people doing it. Do it the right way. Thank you for listening to BBB, Beginner's Business Bloopers. See you next time.